Hey, so this is part 2 to the computer widget work, the version 1, and so I'm picking up where I left off earlier today. I'm thinking it would be cool to put in a logon screen, or like a login screen, I guess you'd call it, before you even get to this widget. There's a few ways I could do it. I could overlap it with something on top on this main widget, but I'm thinking what I'll actually do is I'll create a copy of this widget, have it, instead of load up directly to this computer widget, it loads up to the login one, and depending on whether it's the right password or not, pass through the information to then load up this one. So yeah, let's give it a go. Never done it before, but doesn't mean we can't do it. Okay, so right now, prologue bedroom, John's computer, looks for the computer widget. So let's go to the master, which is what we're in right now, not the level one. That was a child. That was like the prologue, protagonist computer prologue. Well, let's actually go to the parent. Let's Before we do that, we need to create another widget. So let's do law. Let's duplicate. Let's call it computer login widget. So let's think what we want for a login screen. Not that. And not that. Not that. Maybe that. Maybe. Not that. Not that. We want a input text. Editable text. We want to stick that, and maybe just, no, I'll stick it like that. Editable text. We want title gone, that gone. We actually, no, we want one. We want to call that login. Duplicate that. So we want username, password. We will these in a horizontal box. I always get this mixed up. We want to slice it down the middle, so I always think it's vertical, but I bet it's horizontal. Username, password, that side. It is vertical. Replace with vertical. Right. Okay. Oh, why is it not working? My brain is not working. It's been a long day. Undo that. So we want it side by side. So should just be. So if we want it left to right, you'd think it would be vertical. Oh, I hate this. I hate when you have to faff with it. Maybe I'm just missing something silly. I'll give up in a sec. And then we'll just move to the next bit and we'll come back to it. Right, okay. So we want password like that. There we go. Yeah, let's do it in the middle. that one in the middle. This one, full password 18. Yeah, let's do the editable text. Yeah, so I'll get you to put in your username as well as the password. So then that means we will need a horizontal box for this one as well. No, wrap with horizontal box, default password. So that is input user name. This one is input password text password text username. Okay. Right. Okay. Pad it 5 to the left. Pad that 5 to the left. Let's stick that there. Stick that there. We want to put them in the middle. Center. Center. Oh, we shrink the size really, don't we? Let's do like 512 by, I don't know, 368? Maybe. Might look a bit ridiculous, but we can play around with it. Get rid of that. We don't need that now. Okay. Get rid of the right padding. Yeah, so the computer name is fine. So that is the shell of it. Let's do like 16 center, 16 yeah, right, so that's the shell of it. Okay, this is fine because this stuff will be different, this will be wrong. Debugs, don't need debug for this, so that's fine, that can go. We don't have next page, forward page, yeah, they're irrelevant. That's irrelevant, keep that one. We want an event construct. We're going to have to create another data asset for usernames and passwords. Okay, so law data assets. We want to, let's just duplicate it. We'll call it login data asset rather than a struct. We want username, password, and then we'll just have internal name. Do that. Law. We want to do a new data asset. Login. Select. We will call it computer login protagonist. There will be John, and password will be sausages 123 exclamation mark. The login widget, we will let's just duplicate it, it will go. it will go crackers. Actually, no, don't need to duplicate that because that is the blueprint, but it's not the widget. So we need to look at the master one. We've got the law widget. We also need the duplicate and data asset computer log on log in. We want that one. We want to do computer login widget. That is not an array because we're only going to have one user. We want that to be the login widget. So then on used, no, we'll do it. That's used, right? But then let's do something clever. Let's do custom event login, and then we'll call that login success, and then we'll do login success like that. Right, so login success, but that doesn't trigger login success anymore. This one triggers login, and login success will be triggered elsewhere. So let's grab that, chuck that up there. So we log in first. This one is the login widget. Pass that. Oh yeah. Hold Alt, drag it in. Pass that through. Place it. So now when we use it, when we go to use the computer, it will use the login widget. That's fine, that's fine. Then we need to go to the specific data, not specific data asset, we need the specific computer. So we've only got one login. There we go, there's that one. There we go, so we've got two messages and we've got a login. Lovely. This doesn't need to do anything. So let's think this through. So this is fine. This is completely fine. This can just do whatever it wants. This is the current computer widget. It's cool. Forget about that. Login widget. Login widget does not need next and previous. It does need a close. On construct, we need on input text committed. Oh yeah, don't need that on that one. Right. That's close button. So input text, password, input text, username. Let's do that. Equals format. No, don't need that. Don't really need anything on construct except to pass the computer name Don't need the text header. Don't need that. Don't need them. Don't need that. We just get that. We just want to pinch the name to stick it there. Okay, so we want login data asset. No, not set. Oh, get login data asset. Get password. Get username. Oh, yeah, again, mismatch, but it's fine. Fine for now. Username, password, pinch them. So, if username, password, no, we need extra variables now. I was going to do like one big branch, but here we go. Let's do username, correct username, not bool. We want let's do text. It is instance editable. Correct password. Oh no, 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 no. These just need to be bools. We've already got the correct username and password in the login. We don't need to store it. We just need like a true false. So then we don't even need that. These can be local variables if it lets me do locals. Doesn't let me do locals. Okay, it's fine. Not the end of the world. Okay, so if the username matches the username you've input and then you press enter, then correct username. Well, either way, it's just gonna pass it through. Like true, false, true, false. And we want thing is, do I have a check at the end each time you press enter on either one, or do I have a check on tick? Tick feels filthy. We will do a branch equals true. Oops. That equals true and no, 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 no. Overthinking it, overthinking it. Function. We want function will be called successful. No, not test. Login. Yeah, login. And we want if equals true and we can't do them equal in each other because then if they're both false it would work, just if you think in that idea. So equals so if the correct username and correct password, then branch. You've already pressed enter at this point. So we can then do computer successful login true, else return else 10 so that's login function. Close that. We have this run each time one has changed for the time being. Okay, that is looking okay, so I'd say that will probably work in its current form. So let's just think it all through. Okay, so we go to the computer, we press E, it loads up the login screen. The login screen waits for us to type in the correct username and password. That goes true. Okay, that's true. So then login success. Then login success loads up the computer widget and does everything, and that should work. Username password. We want John. Sausages 123. Boom, there we go. That's how you have a login screen, but it will not let me close it. Okay, so we've created another bug. Why is the close not working? Because the close is on this. We need to close it, and then on success we want to remove from parent. We want to because on close it's removing the computer widget, but it's not removing the computer login widget. And I believe what's actually happening is the computer login widget is not disappearing. The computer widget has just gone in front of it, which we could just get it to wipe the login. Potentially we could do that, but also maybe we don't get it to wipe the login once we're login successful, in case we want to quit back out. A bit of novel functionality, like, who else is going to use it? It's only you playing the game. But you know maybe something clever like that. Let's try it now. So use John tab sausages 123. Boom. In messages quit. Huh. Okay, it doesn't like it. What have we done different? What have we done different? Maybe we do need to get it to kill it. So after you've logged in and everything's fine, I want you to remove it. Remove the login from parent and closed. What does closed do? Let's test close straight from the login screen. Oh, didn't like that. I think we've caused extra trouble. Okay, yeah. So that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Close. Right, okay, so we've got this pop up. Non-trend read computer widget. Okay, so I believe this might be because we're working in the master and I need to work on the child. Let's look at the child. So we've got login widget. We've got the widget. Who's having a problem getting the computer widget, wasn't it? Because the close doesn't activate the computer widget. The close, that's why. When we close on the login, it closed the computer widget, but it's like there is no computer widget because we've never successfully logged in. So we need a different sort of close. We need a close. No, login, close, computer, close. See what happens. Computer login widget. Okay. Might not need that. Might need it though, so let's just share it. So we log in, everything's great. And then we a successful grey, and then okay, so we want to close it, and then we want to close it again. So probably don't need that. I don't even know if it's gonna work. It just wipes out the widgets being in focus. But okay, so this click on close now needs to be oh, login close and closed. Right, one sec. Closed. Close it. Okay, cool, cool. Okay. You know, sometimes when you think, okay, I can't believe it just worked. Please don't make me look a fool. Okay, close. So it does close. Well, we do have movement, but it's not closing the other thing now. Is that has it defaulted it to the wrong close? Right, so computer widget, that's fine. Don't need to worry about that. We need to worry about the parent. Remove from widget. It's fine. This. That shouldn't be computer widget. That should be computer login widget. Because we copied and pasted it. The curse of copy and pasting stuff, I tell you, it's not worth the risk sometimes. Close, good. But we can't move, so it's fine. Close, but now we can move because we need to take the widget out of focus, which is why I dragged that thing back in. John. Enter. Nothing. Close. Okay, cool. So it doesn't work. John. Sausages. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Quit. I still don't like the X. Right. What am I doing? I'm missing something really silly, really obvious. Adding it to child. Yeah. Input only that widget. Yeah. Let's look at the computer widget. Computer widget. Yes. So on close. On close. Computer closed. Okay. On close maybe. Computer close and login close. It really shouldn't need to be like that, but also it's a good test. Maybe there's some residual thing going on. Close, good. John, sausages, 1, 2, 3. In, close. Oh, yeah, it's doing some sort of extra work. Think, Nick, think, Nick, think, think, think. Oh, I've already got that. We use it there somewhere else. On success, trigger, login. Ah, is it because on success? Oh, God, can I not spell? Or is it back? Oh, it's not here. On success, it's loading the widget and then it's relying, like, essentially, I want to close it within the widget itself, within the login screen itself. I'm telling the login screen to trigger here rather than telling the login screen to. Huh, does it ever actually get rid of it otherwise? Because we've got the function. Right click, find all class members. in all things. Just double checking. I'm expecting maybe one more thing to pop up. Right, yeah, okay. So yeah, on click close, but if we're successful, it runs the success, but it never closes it. I think that's it. It fails successfully or something like that. Close, yeah, because close works, but that was interesting. If I click off it, hmm, click on it. Oh, because if I press enter, that counts as a commit, but if I click off it after messing with this, that counts as a commit, I think. Yes, because we now get it to close it off the back of it. So we want, let's embed it, login. If successful, then close it. Otherwise, don't close it, and that will stop it closing it when we click off it. I tell you, sometimes like it's weird because that stuff would have just taken me like ages to figure out until I started getting in this row of all this stuff. And now it's just like you just kind of see it. There, look, don't work now. Doesn't force a close. John, sausages. 1, 2, 3. In. Still doesn't like it though. I find it really interesting. It should just kill it. You know what we'll do? I'll give it 5 more minutes and then we'll leave it as just a part 2. We've done what I wanted to do, the login screen, haven't we? We've just created another bug for ourselves. We need to just kill it. So we remove it from parent, we do that. But it doesn't remove this actual widget now. Why is it not removing this widget? Is what I'm interested in. Right, I'll be back in 1 sec. Hey, I'm back. Right, I think it might be due to how we close it. So there's like a successful closed and non-successful closed. I had it like that. That removes all widget focus, which is not what we want. We want it to be, if it's a successful close, make that widget be the focus. Like that. If it's successful, if essentially if the login widget is closed because you put in the right password and it's logged into the computer, we want a successful closed where this widget is the focus. Like this. Input UI. If login is closed because you've rage quit because you can't get it right, then we want it to be this sort of closed. I think that might be it. I think it's losing focus. So even though you're clicking it, it's like, even though I'm clicking it, it's like the focus isn't there on it, even though it kind of is because there's overlap and there's like the hover, click, and press, different visual changes, but it's not having it. So we want login, closed, not unsuccessful. No, we want login, success, closed, which is just remove it. And then we want login, failure, closed, which is remove it and go back to UI. But we're out of space. Oh, I do enjoy doing this stuff, you know. I'm looking forward to doing it all in C++ as well. Or even if maybe not this game full in C++, then the next game much more C++. Yeah, it's fun. Remove from widget, and what's now in focus is the computer widget. I still feel like that won't fix it though, you know, because we could still interact with it fine, but we'll see. Login closed, computer closed. Oh, I think, wow. I was paused and I was thinking for a couple of minutes. I also got rid of the inventory widget. Is it disabled, enabled? It's just a historic thing. It was like fed there and fed there, so I just trimmed it. So now the difference is when we close it and we fail, it will just go back to being able to move, just like normal gameplay. And if we close it because we've succeeded, then we'll get that. But remember, because we've done close succeed, we need to do this. Otherwise, we do false here when you login attempts, but in the event graph, if you click it closed that way, then you need a closed fail. Right. Yeah, that's fine. It's just as you'd expect. Sorry, it's just as you'd expect. John. Yeah, that's right. It retains it. That's fine. Sausages, 1, 2, 3. Good. No, I'm stumped. Well, I'm not stumped. It's something in the widget, and I need to get the reference of the widget to kill it. And it's. Let me let me go away and figure this out another time because I don't want you just watching me trial and error in it. The main focus of part 2 was to add in a login screen, which we have now. We now have a login widget, as well as having a login widget. You know, we'll get rid of that. Just, yeah, just make it a bit slicker. Let's play it one more time just to be sure, Yeah, too big. Because I set the anchor as that. Maybe do like 0 0.5, 0 0.5, 0 0.75. Close, but not perfect. 0 0.4. This is, again is historic. That's why it seems like a messy way to do it. Yeah, yeah, okay, that's alright. John. Sausages. 1, 2, 3. In. Close. Yeah, it doesn't work on this bit. So the close doesn't work, but the main thing is, like I said, part 2 is to create the login, and now this time around we have created a login primary data asset. Within the no interacts, we have created a sorry, within the data assets and the law data assets, we've now created a login which holds password and username. The individual items, well, currently just Prolog, but Act 1 can have it as well, now holds a, we've got to class setting, we've got to actually defaults. We've got login, username and password, so login data asset alongside the actual data assets we need. We've done that. Let's just quickly add it into Act 1 because we're not going to be changing the password anytime soon, are we? We will keep that as empty because I don't know what to put in the Act 1 for documents yet. Yeah, so we've done that. We've expanded the computer blueprint to incorporate a login asset. We have got that all sorted. And then, yeah, instead of it just working on when you press E on the computer going straight to the stuff, it now goes to the login screen. On success of the login screen, then go to the documents on the computer screen. We're halfway through fixing the close bug. And yeah, I'd say that's pretty good going for just doing it on the fly, winging it, seeing if we can do it. Thank you for your time. For part 3, I will fix the close bug. I will also put in extra functionality here. So have a quit and have quit go to, I'll change quit to like log out, and then yeah, it'll go back to the login screen, something like that. Yeah, so part 3 will tidy it up, getting the ability to log back out, and I'll probably have the X go to log out, and yeah, just fix that bug. Thank you. I'll see you in a bit.